I do. Work like I still got something to prove. Let's go. All I do. Work like I still got something to prove.
What is up, YouTube? We are back for all my ladies' favorite leg day. This is a glute and ham focused leg day. Today I am going to take you through one of my DLB daily workouts. That is going to be glute and ham focus. So you're going to see all my favorite exercises that I use to build up that rope. Follow along. It's ham and glute day. We're gonna start off with one of my favorite exercise, every female's favorite exercise, the old hip thrust. Now we're gonna do this one a little bit differently. We're doing 4 sets of 8 reps, but the 8 reps are gonna be 1.5 reps. So we're doing pulses in between. So you're more time under tension. So you're gonna come all the way up. I'll just do it for you. You're gonna come all the way up, come down halfway, back up, squeeze, and then all the way down. That's 1 rep. So that little pulse is just gonna keep that contraction a little bit more and just more time under tension. You won't have to go as heavy as you normally do. I want these good full reps. Like, I don't want you like swinging your legs, your hips up, and I want you actually pausing for that little second. So keeping control. So a lot of times I see people go a little bit heavier, and when you go too heavy, you lose contraction on your glutes and it ends up and it's going to quads and everything else besides your glutes. So if you go a little bit lighter, keep these nice and controlled, really focusing on like squeezing and getting those hips as high as you can. Now, if you don't have the luxury of being in your own gym with nobody in it, one, you also don't need to superset these. A lot of times I like to do supersets. It just saves time. And also, I can get a lot more exercises in a shorter amount of time. So you can either separate these, do that by itself, do this by itself, or if you have a hip circle, you could just do a hip circle instead. So maybe your gym doesn't even have this, maybe you're training at home. If you're training at home, you can do a barbell variation of that, and then hip circle for the abductions. With this, our rep range is gonna be about 15 to 20. I actually like to stay a little more upright, just slightly tilted forward, and then really focus. Don't rep out like this. That's a little, oh, that's at 130, oh my God. I want you to hold these also for 1 second. Squeeze, slow on the way back down. Squeeze, slow on the way back down. It's the bodybuilder method of things. We focus, we go a little bit slower, and we squeeze. We're focusing on building muscle. So hold for a good 1 second. Don't just swing your legs out. 15 to 20. All right, next up, we're coming to my favorite machine. It's called V-Squat, Power Squat. This is the best on hamstring and glute dominant day. So I'm gonna be facing towards it instead of facing out, which would be a little more quad dominant. Now we're gonna do a little compound set. We're gonna start with reverse good mornings. They're good morning, I call them good mornings or RDLs. They look very similar. So the reason I call it a good morning, because good morning, usually the bar's on top of you, and you're going all the way back. However, I do bend my knees a little bit more like I would with an RDL. So it's like, sort of like a hybrid, good morning RDL, whatever you want. The movement is gonna start with you hinging at your hips. So you're gonna hinge, and then you're coming down with a nice flat back. The weight's gonna be on your shoulders. And you're just gonna go down until you feel a really good stretch in your hamstrings and in the back of your, at the bottom of your glutes. And then on the way up, you're gonna squeeze your butt, squeeze your hamstrings, and then straighten back out, throwing those hips a little bit forward. Now, I don't go all the way up like you would like a sumo deadlift. To make sure it's like clear, you have to throw your hips all the way forward. I'm not throwing my hips all the way forward. I kind of want to like keep them tight. I bring them forward, but I'm still squeezing the whole time. A lot of times when people throw forward, they lose the little squeeze in your butt. You're then going to go right into, I do a wider stance, not quite sumo, but a little wider stance sumo hack squat. Again, because we're facing it, I want you pushing more at an angle. Up and down, because you can do this where it hits your quads. So you'll see when I put my feet, I put them all the way to the back. You're gonna start with that hip hinge, and then you're gonna keep that, but then you're gonna bend your knees. But instead of going up and down, you're gonna basically be going like towards an angle. So you're pushing from that posterior part instead of pushing up like you would with your quads. You're just gonna try to match the same reps as you did with the good morning. So 12, 10, 8, 8. Then you try to get 12, 10, 8, 8 with your sumo reverse hack squat. All right, we're gonna switch things up a little bit. I always do hamstring curls. Lion hamstring curls are usually my go-to. We're gonna switch things up. We have another little compound set. We're going to do Swiss ball, hip bridge, leg curls. So the thing is, this is gonna emphasize our glutes a little bit more because you're gonna be holding a hip bridge. Oh, my lower back. So you're gonna dig your heels into the ball and have them in nice and tight, and then keeping your butt up, so you're gonna have to squeeze your butt, and then you're gonna roll the ball as close to you can. So now the ball's on my toes, out to my heels, into my toes. And you wanna roll them and keep your hips high as much as possible. And we're gonna go 10 to 12 of the ball, Swiss ball leg curls. And then we're going over to one of my other favorite machines. I keep saying that with every single exercise. This is my favorite. This is my favorite. I have a lot of favorites. Can't pick one. Vertical leg press. So we have Arsenal Strength. They make the best leg equipment. All of our leg stuff is basically, yeah, it is all. It's all Arsenal Strength. But the key thing here is the little hip up. So you want to put your butt pretty much, I put my butt almost actually hanging off of it. So all the way here, and then you'll figure out foot placement. My foot placement's actually pretty low, and then I'm angling my toes out. Another substitution with this would be a Smith machine. I used to do this. You know, I've trained at public gyms. I know what it's like. I actually used to do this same exercise on a Smith machine, and I would put a yoga mat underneath. Well, one, you want to lay on it so it doesn't hurt your spine, but then I would double up under my butt so my butt would kink up. You can also put your hands under your butt, so it kind of gives you that little butt lift because you want your butt sort of up and out. And then we're just going all the way down, all the way up. So both of these, 10 to 12. We're almost to the end here. I feel like it's never ending sometimes. I'm like, who the hell wrote this? Oh wait, I did. All right, we're doing deficit, reverse, so stepping backwards, curtsy lunge. So curtsy, regular lunge, you'll be stepping down here. We're going to be crossing over so that as you come down, all that weight is gonna be right here on the booty, and then you'll come back up. So crossing behind you into a curtsy. I like to touch my knee to the ground, just don't fall down to the ground. So you come down slow, I touch, and then back up. So all of the weight, you're gonna be pushing from this outer glute and hamstring. 3 sets, 12 per side. All right, we are finishing up. We're gonna do 3 sets. I said this on every single exercise. This is my favorite. It's just my favorite. I have a lot of favorites. That's why I superset everything, because I'm like, oh, this is my favorite. Oh, this is my favorite. I put all my favorites together and just mush them into one workout. So we're gonna finish with hypers. And when we're doing this, I like to put my heels in the back, and you're going to angle your toes out. So already, just kind of doing that, like I'm like squeezing my butt. Big thing here, instead of coming up and having your back nice and flat, that puts a lot of emphasis on my lower back. I don't need to work my lower back. It already has, I have abs on my back. I don't need any more abs on my back. So to keep it on my glutes, I'm actually going to round all the way over. I'm gonna keep my head under my hips. So it's a much smaller movement. Okay, toes are out, the band's on, and I want you to first just practice squeezing your butt. And as you squeeze, you can see my body start moving. That's the start of the movement. It's gonna start from your glutes and from your hamstrings. As you come up, you're squeezing, and I almost come into like a crunch, like you were doing like an ab crunch. So I'm rounding over, keeping my head below my hips. And it's a small movement, but here, it's not transferring any of the weight to my lower back. If you bring your head up and you have your back straight, it's gonna transfer to your lower back. I don't want any in my back. I just want my booty. So smaller movement coming from here, and you're just staying right here, relax. Basically, you're basically like just feel like it's like opening and closing your butt. You're just relaxing your butt, squeeze your butt, and I curl in a little bit. Where I'm at, this actually fits perfectly. I like to have the end of the pad pretty much right at that hip level, so that I can like really roll full all the way forward. Because if it's here, I can't really do that forward roll. So I want most of my body, so this is right below my hip, I guess. So it might be low, but I like to come all the way down. So figure out where the pad is and put it, I don't know, what would you call that? Right there. All right, guys, that is it. Okay. We have to, I guess I have to take one of those in the mirror. I don't know how to do it, but thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment below. Let me know what you think. What else you want to see? Maybe who you want to see. I have some special guests coming to town, so you'll be seeing some friends of mine. But thank you guys for watching. If you enjoy these workouts, head on over to the DLB Daily app. I will train with you every single day of the week, and we will get so jacked. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.